Alright, man, so watch your boy in action. So to go ahead and b-ball in. Let's go. Man, so that was a close one. Woo, we fought out to the end. How many points you had, bro? 18 points. My man. No, how many points you had, bro? 6 points, okay. 6 points. Josh, the winner here. It was a close call. We went back and forth for a minute.
Oh, that's
you know
what I'm saying?
All right, what's going on, family? So check this out. Now, Thailand is a pretty safe country. I have to say that before I start the video. But there are some things that you really need to watch out for when you decide to visit here in Thailand. And here's one of the most main things that can really get you in a bunch here. Check it out. First off, there's a tremendous amount of motorbikes here. All right, way more. If you're in the States or something, if you're back in America, yeah, you have motorcycles there, but there's way more out here. All right, and you have a lot going on. And the later it gets at night, the more dangerous it gets. Now, I've had a motorbike for a couple months. I recently gave it up because I wanted to walk more. So it's not as dangerous as you can't drive per se, but you have to be very careful and you have to make sure that you have the right insurance if you decide to drive a motorbike or drive in particular anywhere overseas, really. You have to make sure that you have the right insurance. Now, what you're seeing right behind me is where I had my first motorbike accident. So basically, if you can look, you can see right there behind me, you have oncoming traffic coming this way, and you have traffic coming that way on the left-hand side. What you can do is, if you're trying to catch this light right here, all right, you can basically make this left-hand turn, because remember, we're on the opposite side of the road. As I made the left-hand turn, it was a car coming, just like that car just came right there, going this way, right? And instead of having all, they got a whole bunch of space, but it narrows right here. And I was coming from basically this way. I'm going like where this guy's going now. This is the turn I'm making. Just like that guy right there. That's the turn I made. The car kept coming straight and almost ran pretty much smack dab into me. So I tried to lay down on the bike to make a quick avoidance, and I end up hitting the ground, basically. All right, so I did not actually hit the car, but it was pretty bad. I tore up the bike. I had to pay a little extra money. It wasn't that bad, but I tore up the bike basically. And of course they stopped, asked me if I was okay. It wasn't really anybody's fault because you can make this left-hand turn right here, all right? And they had the light to go straight. It just was a bad incident. So it's just little things like that. Just that quick, you can have an accident. Teaming out here today. Rice, pancake, and coconut milk. Hello. How much?
25 baht.
25 baht. So this is rice and coconut milk? Okay, let me try it out. Good. Good. All right, lucky I didn't hit the car. I was banged up a little bit. I messed up my shoulder for a couple of months, but I didn't have to go to the hospital or anything like that. So, I'm saying all to say, man, make sure you're very careful if you decide to ride a motorbike. Oh man, I was turned the wrong way. Jesus, why I want to turn that way this time? It's different rules out here, and people not really watching for you per se. You know, this is a different type of driving out here. And keep in mind, if you get in an accident, more or less, they figure that, hey, you're a foreigner, you have the money. Hello. You have the money, so they might come and get you. And that goes for a lot of places overseas, all right? Especially in places like the Dominican Republic, you know, Colombia, in certain cases Brazil, maybe not too much in Brazil, but it definitely can happen to you. So be careful when you drive out here. How's it going? I'll go there. As you can see, a lot of bikes flying behind me. Now, not only do you have to be careful on the street here when you're walking, because I've seen guys actually get hit by the motorbikes. Everybody's at night. Sometimes people have been drinking. Hello. Oh. That what you got right there? You know, they're having the best time of their life. They're not really thinking too much. They walk in the middle of the street and then they get hit by a motorbike. I've actually seen it a couple of times, and I've heard it even more stories. I know a friend of mine who was on the beach road right here, and I guess he just saw a straightaway. He hits it, runs smack dab into somebody, has to be in a body cast for 6 months. All right. Heard the other person as well. I know another guy, similar situation. Somebody walked out in the street, he was hitting it. The roads here are so big and so open that it seems like, okay, straight away I can hit it, I can test my bike out. Somebody steps out, you don't want to hit the person beside you. You can't really, on the bikes, you really can't avoid too much, right? Because you're going so fast. He hit the guy, broken arm. He had to pay like $6,000 or something like that to get, you know, plastered up in the hospital. When you're American, unfortunately, I've heard many incidents where even if it's not your fault, you got to pay. I'll give you a prime example. There was an accident where it was nobody's fault. Come to find out, they investigated the accident. It ended up being nobody's fault. It was basically like a wet road skid accident where somebody just kind of, hit the pavement, skid and hit the other person. Nobody's fault, but the Thai national got hurt, and they're not gonna let this guy leave the country until he makes some type of compensation, even though it's not his fault. So that's another thing you gotta watch out for. So things like this, man, if you're only here for like a couple of weeks or something like that, I say just, hop on the back of a motorbike or a boat or rent a car or walk. A lot of stuff is nearby here. And if you're trying to stay in shape, just walk, fam. It's a whole lot safer. A British woman unfortunately had a really bad accident, and she had to have reconstructive surgery on her face because she basically, messed her face up in a motorbike accident. Now, the medical bills were $50,000, 50 grand, and of course she didn't have that. She thought that she was fully insured through her credit card company. It's a little small, they say, hey, Cookie, if you want insurance, she wasn't covered, all right? And now she has to have a GoFundMe page to be able to raise money just so she can, clear her medical bills and go home. So if you do decide to drive, make sure you have the right insurance and make sure you have a helmet on, all right? I'm gonna show you guys how many guys don't have helmets on out here, but just make sure of that, all right?
I'm going, I keep it factual. I'm on sabbatical, I'm out in Central America. I need a break from hysteria. Park like the one with the carousel. I get it lit in your area. I'm locked to the vision, it couldn't be clear. You couldn't pay me to care enough. I dare you to hate me supreme with the sound through the stereo. So turn it up loud when you hearing us. We live and it's good in your area. My mama proud, she tearing up and it's going down. Got your girl aroused by these massive stacks like 100 pounds. Running big laps till the sun is down like 100 miles. Tinted frames on me leaning down, I'm winning now.